Hello. It's Mopco. It's Friday night. And you know, one of the things that we love to do more than anything else in the world is not perform ourselves here at the Mopco Improv Theater, but to bring the absolutely best sketch comedy group we know of to the Mopco to make a packed house laugh. And you're going to laugh tonight because they're here with us. And I forget the name of the group. What was that? Oh yeah, Crime Alley. I know. I remember the name of the group. Don't you guys do that? Don't worry about a thing, folks. It's awesome. I'm going to turn it right now over. Are you all right, John? The finger's good. Yep. All right. Turn it over to Crime Alley, wherever you are, on whatever sofa you're sitting on. Applaud wildly right now. Yay!
Yay! Yes, we did it, guys.
We're here. Are we definitely live? Because I'm not seeing it on the app.
We are live. I'm seeing it right now.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna toss it to Will to intro our little group here.
Oh, hi everyone.
Not at all what he wanted to do.
No. All right, take it away, Will.
I'm absolutely fine with that. So yeah, we are Crime Alley, the Capital District's only scripted sketch comedy group, and therefore the best one. We were going to have today actually a new show, live show, right at the Mopco Theater, which would have been all new sketches. But then a plague happened, and you all know the rest. So what we're doing now instead is well, it's just going to be, we record every sketch that we do, every single one of them. So at every live show. This one, we've got a lot of sketches, some from our previous show that Sam Gorenstein recorded. And we just went through for some of our favorites that we could air without creating intense political problems. And we decided we're going to share that with you guys tonight. So we're going to start with, let's see, what was the first? Oh yeah, we're just going to open with one of the shows that we used as an opener for our first show at Mopco, called Not Unlike John Henry. And if you, during the course of all this, anybody wants to go ahead and do a comment throw a comment here on YouTube, we'll respond to them to the best of our ability. We're gonna do it now. Bye.
And so begins this landmark match between grand champion Ivan Rusinov and the intelligence. As is tradition, the first move goes to the Grandmaster. Interesting. Appears to be a variation on the Van Alden Gambit, a very unpredictable opening. Some consider ideal for facing against a synthetic opponent. Let's see what the Intelligex does. Beep. 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 It appears to have completed its computations. Match, Intelligex.
Yeah. Blood always goes over well.
That was our first act, not only our first sketch, our first act of gratuitous violence at the Mopco Improv Theater.
That one was really hard to understand what was happening. I could not hear very well. Did anyone else feel that way?
Yeah, that was also our first time recording the sketches as well. And that was, even skilled people have difficulty at times.
But yeah, the Grandmaster chess player was playing against a computer, and the computer pulled out a gun and shot him, and therefore won the chess match.
Yeah, it's like a Gordian's knot, but with guns.
Part of the intelligence. That was one of those sketches when Will pitched it. We were like, how the hell are we going to do that? And then I took a cardboard box and John stuck his hand through it, and voila.
But it was a cardboard box, but I had to sit under the table and then like turn 3 lights on with my arm and like just hope that I knew they were turning on. And then like wait for that bell to ring so I could shoot you in the face, Bill. And it's been love ever since.
It's been love ever since. Yeah, you guys are couples a lot.
Yeah. It's a real love-hate relationship between John and I in the world of Crime Alley.
Yeah, we're either yelling at each other or we're about to make love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or both of those things. Those are not mutually exclusive.
Also, we lost Nell, but I just want to say that she said it crashed, but hopefully we can get her back in here. But as they say, the show must go on.
Right.
So who wants to intro the next sketch?
which was her one.
So I'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah, take it away.
All right. So this next sketch, I think, might resonate with a lot of people who are kind of stuck at home at all times. It's called "You're My Best Friend."
And I learned.
Stay muted. I just introed it.
I learned from the last one, I have to be the last to speak for everything to go blank.
No, dude. I am so excited that it's the weekend. You have no idea. Just give me a minute to change and then you can swing by. What? Oh, shit, dude. I'm sorry. Condolences. Do you still want to hang out tomorrow? Okay, well, what about like Sunday brunch? You can't do Sunday brunch? Since when do funerals take an entire weekend? Hello? Cool. Just another weekend by myself. Just me and my brain.
Buck up, Rudy. You're not alone.
Who said that?
It's me, your old friend.
Oh no, it's...
A sentient bottle of black velvet Canadian whiskey.
No. Fuck you, sentient bottle of black velvet Canadian whiskey. I am not going down that road again.
Oh, come on, Rudy. Is that any way to talk to an old pal?
We're not pals, sentient bottle of black velvet Canadian whiskey. Where'd you even come from?
You bought me from the nice Pakistani fella that runs the corner store. You thought it would be nice to share a glass or two with your friends. But I guess you don't have any friends.
I have friends.
They abandoned you.
They're not okay, Val flaked, but Val always flakes. But Stevie had a funeral to go to.
A funeral, huh?
Yup.
Stevie would rather spend time with dead people than you.
It's not fair.
Because life's not fair, buddy. That's not even a question. The only question is, what are you gonna do now? Why don't you have a swig or 8 and think it over?
Nice try, sentient bottle of black velvet Canadian whiskey. But I can do all sorts of things with all sorts of people. I know, I'll play some video games.
That's a great idea. It's been a while since children screamed homophobic slurs at you.
Single player then.
Sure, single player. Till you get to a hard part. You'll get lost on some level or lose to the same boss fight over and over. And you'll just know that somewhere out there is some game designer just laughing and laughing at how stupid you are. But I don't think you're stupid. I make you feel smart.
That's it. Smart. I'll read a book.
No, you won't.
I won't.
I know. Why don't you watch one of your favorite movies, Rudy? A nice long one from the 1970s. The kind that you would never shut up about in college. Which is why you never had any friends then either. Except for me, of course.
Listen, I don't need to decide right now, okay? I have the whole weekend. I can just relax and do whatever.
There you go. Do whatever. Sit down, take a load off, scroll through Facebook, watch some YouTube clips from TV shows you've already seen. Stare at the ceiling. Watch some porn, take a shower, dry off and lie down. Stare at the ceiling some more. Read some news headlines. Maybe, I don't know, stare at the ceiling even longer. Watch YouTube clips of rich nerds playing video games better than you ever could. Masturbate in the shower again. Try to dry off with a damp towel. Take another shower while you wait for that towel to dry.
Shut up.
Look into the bathroom mirror, Rudy. Look into the bathroom mirror and talk about the government.
Shut up! I said shut up!
You're doing it, Rudy! You're doing it!
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Don't feel bad, you sloppy bitch. You only did what you were always gonna do anyway.
Yeah, but I usually eat something first. Now my guts have more drama than my head.
Yeah, I got a large pie here for someone called Rudy the Sloppy Bitch. Oh, hey, send you a bottle of Black Velvet Canadian whiskey.
Hey, man, how's your dad?
You know.
I do.
I didn't order a pizza.
I ordered it for all of us! Who are you? I'm the solution to all
Lucy, you son of a bitch. Now it's a party. Yay!
Seriously, who's paying for this?
That was one of my favorites.
What a classic.
My favorite part of that sketch is that when I start drinking the bottle, people start clapping.
Yeah.
Relapse!
Yeah!
And that's confirmed because we did that at Ask in Hudson, and they did the same fucking thing there too.
Yeah, they wanted it.
Indian bottle of Black Velvet Canadian whiskey is the guy you root for in that sketch.
Yeah.
It really doesn't hit home until a noose comes out.
Like, which we could make a non-official mascot, but that's historically problematic.
And shout out to Sam, who is has his own sentient bottle of gin going on right now.
Ooh.
Yeah, I see that.
That is that's meaner, I would argue. Gin's a meaner drink. If you drink it straight, like whiskey drank straight, that's classy, right? Drinking gin straight, like that is like, that's opinions about orphans level of alcoholism.
Yeah, I'd also argue that chugging as much as Mac did of any liquor in that sketch is probably going to cause you some serious problems.
My mom commented and said, "This is one of my favorites," and I don't know how to feel about that.
That's family issues. I hope Nell is okay too. Just
Yeah, she's been texting. Her computer crashed. Here's the thing with the computer crashing and all of this, and I'm sure the people at home will recognize this. This goes about as smooth as your average Zoom meeting, I would argue. Maybe smoother.
Right.
I'm back in right now.
Boom.
Just in time.
Guess who's back? Nell was
Did she freeze again? Okay. If
That's
anyone,
the level of class you can expect from a British lady.
All right.
Oh, do I have a job?
Nope, John does. You're still
yes.
fine.
This
this
next
41
sketch.
people watching right now.
Yes, there's a lot of people tuned in right now, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for tuning in, and just in time, Nell got here just in time for our next sketch. And this is one of my favorites. I'm not just saying that because I wrote it, but there are a lot of great moments in this sketch, and I think everybody did contribute a lot of really funny moments to this sketch. And there's also one of my favorite things is there's a moment where Bill and I almost crack up, which we did every rehearsal, but not the day of the show, which is a show miracle. So enjoy Tony Baloney.
Everyone muted? Awesome.
Okay, so the supply closet's over there, and that's pretty much everything you need to know to get started here at Dance Corps.
Seems manageable, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Your cubicle buddy here is Jackson. This guy's an Excel whiz. You're going to be in great hands.
Fred Axel. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. If you need anything, just holler. Sure. Everyone seems really cool around here.
I mean, everyone's super friendly, to be sure. But cool? There's only one thing of cool around here. What? Oh. You haven't met Tony, have you?
No, I don't think so.
That's right. It's only 9 o'clock. Tony doesn't come in until 9:30, even though he's scheduled for 8:30. Because Tony is that fucking cool.
Really?
Okay. You really? One time, Tony got into a fight with a pit bull in the parking lot, and he almost won.
Are you guys talking about Tony?
Who else is worth talking about around here?
That's fair.
I look forward to meeting him, I guess.
My husband and I have one cheat person, and like someone we could both sleep with. My pick is Tony.
Yeah?
Yeah. Tony is also my husband's pick. It actually caused a lot of problems in our marriage.
One time, Tony broke the vending machine in the break room, right? Because it only gave him 1 Snickers when Tony wanted 2 Snickers for the price of 1 Snickers. So he broke the machine, then he had all the Snickers. How cool do you have to be to even do that?
That's not cool.
It's a rhetorical question, dude. You have to be Tony level cool.
Oh man, remember the time that Tony drank all the window washer fluid just because the boss told him not to?
How did I forget that?
Are you serious? Why would someone do that?
Because it's fucking cool.
It doesn't seem fucking
cool.
It seems strange.
How's this chicken, eggs, and bacon?
Tony Maloney!
Hey, babe, what are you doing after putzing around here all day?
Watch a movie?
Oh, baby, you break my heart with your loneliness. You, me, the T-Bird, we have a date at the top of the world and maybe get a pop or 2 on the way. Jackson, show me some skin down low.
Hey, Tony, is that a new jacket?
You ask every day, and the answer's the same. I just make it look new.
Maybe I could wear a jacket like that one day.
Cool your jets, kid. You can't rush this kind of cool. What's this? I smell fresh meat. Did something funny happen just now? Because I don't remember saying something funny. Hey, Linda, did something funny happen just now?
No, Tony, nothing funny happened at all.
Oh, hey, Tony, that's Frank. He's new here. He didn't mean anything.
I think this cat's got something to say. Right, cat? You got something to say?
I don't know what's going on right now. But I have a lot of work. I should probably start doing.
Oh, listen up, everyone! You guys got a lot of work to do! What? You got some funny business to take care of?
I don't know what you're
should get to work. Yeah, it's my coffee. What are you doing? What the fuck, man?
Oh, not so tough now, huh?
What is your problem?
You think you can fucking take me? Are you serious?
You can take him, Tony. No problem.
Hey, Tony, come on. He didn't mean nothing by it. Just keep there.
Are you gonna kick his fucking ass?
What?
What on God's green earth is going on in here?
I don't know what this guy's problem is, but he's being...
Frank, this is not how I want your first day to play out here at Delta Corps. If you expect to stay here, then I expect you to sit down and get to work.
But this guy...
No buts, Mr. Madison. And you, Mr. Berrio, get to work.
Reporting for duty.
Listen up, young man. I know that you think the Delta Corps all fun and games, and you can just skate by with your cool catchphrases and groovy style. But this is a workplace, not a place to goof around. When you're here, you're on my time. And quite frankly, I would expect more from the head of human resources. Associate performance surveys need to be complete and on my desk by 5 p.m. That goes for everyone else too. I expect all of your work done by the end of the day. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Ham.
You're on thin ice, Buster. Not another word.
Boy, that was close. Nah, let the lady free. It's good for the heart. Hey, fresh meat.
What?
Are you gonna kick his fucking ass?
All right, just cool down. It's a little much.
I just wanna see you beat his ass.
It's just whatever. Okay, fresh meat.
Yeah?
What kind of car do you drive?
I drive a Honda Civic.
You, me, Honda, T-Bird, race at the back alley after work.
I'm not gonna race you, man.
Oh, well, you scared all of a sudden?
You have to race him now that he's challenged you, else you'll be chicken for life.
Yeah, you fucking pussy. Pussy.
That's it. You can be in the hallway now.
Fine.
Fucking lunatics. Listen, man. It's obvious to me that you're in fact a really cool guy. I get it. I used to be the cool guy.
Really?
Yeah. 5 Tank Frank. That's what they call me. Because I wear 5 tank tops every day. No matter what the weather was like.
Whoa. Now that's pretty cool.
I know, right?
Well, why'd you leave?
My boss, he retired and this totally uncool kid took over and fired me.
Now that's a summer bummer.
Yeah. I don't think he ever got over when I duct taped him to that bathroom stall door. Little bitch.
So you are a cool guy.
Was a cool guy.
Hey, you listen here, my sly guy. Once a cool guy, always a cool guy. And that's gospel from the book of Tony Balone.
You mean that?
Of course, you're 5 Tank Frank. I mean, I'm gonna look after you around here. It's gonna be you and me.
I really appreciate you saying that. For a second I was a little worried.
I do have to punch you in the face, though, before we go back inside, you know. I can't lose my credit.
I know. Oh!
All right, now that that's out of the way, Fresh Meat knows his place. Action Jackson, my office, performance review.
So fucking cool.
Right?
Tony Baloney.
I love that.
Good.
Oh, it's so much fun.
So much fun. Everyone, just real quick, this is our technical wizard, Aaron Willette. They run lighting and shit for all but one of our shows at Mopco and provide a lot of other support in ways that don't necessarily involve being married to me. But you know, there's an emotional connection.
Aaron.
Hi. Okay.
That line, the 5 Tank Frank line, was like cracked Bill and me up every rehearsal. every single time.
Because John would do this thing when I would look off in the distance and say, I used to be a cool guy. And then I'd look back at him and I realized in character, he looked off in the distance with me. It always killed me. And if you watch the video, you can see I intentionally avoid looking at him when I turn back. I think my eyes kind of stay where they were. I just move my head back and then look. So there is a thing in Crime Alley, I'll say this now, where every show there is one line in the show where we all laugh every time it happens. And every time that line does not get a laugh in the actual show. I don't know if we have any sketches here that it takes place with, but we could bet money on it where there wasn't one in that sketch, right?
No. It was also really hard to nail down if you want to beat his fucking ass and then just chill. Sorry, I just want to see him beat his ass. Like, all right, it's a lot.
It's just whatever.
It does really kind of beg the question, like, in that world, if he's the cool guy in the office and the HR guy, like, what the fuck does he do during Zoom meetings and shit now?
He turns himself into a potato.
He uses the background like a fucking boss.
Oh, wait. Guys, I'm going to be a boss.
You can do it?
What?
You need background.
You tell me fucking space!
What is happening right now?
That was
I'm being magical and majestic.
And now
had a galaxy brain idea.
All right, I'll stop. That's enough of that.
You should take a screenshot of that and use it for something.
So what's
wait, Eddie.
Oh wait.
What's next? I think it's Mac.
I'm introing it. I'm gonna crush it. This next sketch. That's another fun thing. I pretty much get all of my lines down and out like pretty well, and I mess up every single intro. I cannot do it even when I'm reading off the paper.
It's amazing how little you care about introing sketches, I have to say.
It's not that I don't care.
You literally ended one by saying whatever in the middle of a show.
I believe what you said was, I fucked it up and then just walked off.
Whatever, it's fine.
But I did most of it.
All right, nail this one. I can't wait.
Okay, this next sketch is one of my favorites. Oh no, it is my favorite, and I like this sketch a lot because when we read through it the first time, it was very funny to me, but also seems a lot like a scenario I would be in anyway, which made it even funnier. Crush it! I fucking crushed that.
All right, here we go.
How did you two meet?
In college. Thank you so much for having us.
Of course. We've been waiting for a younger couple to move into this neighborhood for years. There's nothing but deadbeat dads and retirees around here.
Well, we appreciate the hospitality.
Of course. So, how did you two meet?
In college, at a frat house of all places.
I still remember when I met her. She was stunning.
We locked eyes and that was it.
I knew that minute this was the woman I was going to marry.
That was really sweet.
Yeah, that's really nice.
So, how about you guys?
Kind of the same thing.
In college?
Well,
Not exactly.
yeah. It is kind of a funny story.
Oh, yeah?
So it was my first weekend of college. My roommate threw this big party, and I didn't know anyone there. And that's when Mark here started stalking me.
Guilty. But how could I not?
So, like, you guys lived in the same dorm or?
No, actually, funny enough, I didn't even go to that college. No, I was homeless at the time. I wandered into this party thinking, hey, I'm going to steal some booze or, some coke, And, well, that's when I saw her.
She didn't see me, though. I made damn sure of that.
Wait, what are you saying?
I know, it's crazy. Mark has never been very forward, so he kept his distance for, God, how long was it, buddy?
Oh, 3 years.
3 years. That's right.
I watched her sleep every night of those 3 years, though. Every night.
And I had no idea that the love of my life was just outside my window.
Or in the closet.
Or in the closet! I always forget you did that. Don't get me wrong, there were signs that someone was watching. You know, love notes, poems, the message, I'm watching. Written on my bathroom mirror in what I still think was blood. I just didn't know it was my Pooh Bear here until one day he got the courage to masturbate at the bus stop that I take to work every morning. That's what I knew. You what? That I had a stalker.
But you want to hear something really crazy?
I think we already have.
She never thought she deserved a stalker. I mean, isn't that nuts? Her face, that hair, her smell. Tom, smell her. I mean, stalker.
I am very uncomfortable right now.
Oh, me too. Honey, I think we've told him too much. Like we always do.
And we promised we wouldn't this time.
Are you fucking with us?
No, of course not.
Wait, so he really stalked you?
Sure did.
How did that make you feel?
Well, honestly, at first, I was a little creeped out. But after that, I got scared. But after that, though, I got really scared.
So why didn't you call the police?
Oh, I did. And he did not like that one bit. That's when things escalated, as his court-appointed therapist put it.
Escalated?
It's really not that bad. I killed her dumb fucking cat.
And I really like that cat, too.
Fuck!
It's worse than it sounds. Not worse than Fluffy Look, though.
Okay. That cat had some fight in it. I mean, look at this.
Anyway, after that, I went to the police again, and they gave him a warning again, and I think it was around that time I experienced the dark period.
Dark period?
Yeah, just like 3 months of my life that I just can't remember at all.
You can't remember a damn thing.
Anything?
Well, sometimes I get glimpses.
Fidelio.
No, nothing. I just one day I woke up and I was next to this handsome man and I was head over heels in love.
So there you have it. That's our boring little story.
Anyway, let me clear these dishes.
Oh, I'll help. Does anyone want to top off?
I'm good.
Holy fuck!
You thinking what I'm thinking?
That creep kidnapped that poor woman, held her hostage for 3 months, and then brainwashed her into loving him?
Shit, that was not what I was thinking, but that sounds right.
Well, what were you thinking?
If he wants to make a ton of money or be really funny.
What are we gonna do?
Leave!
We can't just leave, she's a hostage!
She doesn't seem like a hostage. She seems just as nuts as he does.
Hello? Have you ever heard of Stockholm Syndrome?
No.
Yes, you have. Stockholm Syndrome.
No, what is it?
You know what it is, because it's Stockholm Syndrome.
Sir, I didn't know there was going to be a quiz tonight.
Not this fucking shit again.
You always do this to me. You just lord your education over me.
I do not. Anyways, why are we having this conversation right now in a crazy couple's house?
Because I don't know what Stockholm syrup is. Because I'm a
That is not what I said.
Listen, I know you're smarter than me, okay? I tell you you're smarter than me all the time. So you just drop this superiority routine, okay? Because at this point, you're just kicking a lead horse.
What was that?
Kicking a lead horse is an expression. It means there's no point to it. It's pointless.
kicking a lead horse.
Yeah.
A lead horse.
What?
Nothing. You're fine. I'll stop kicking that lead horse.
So you're mocking me now?
Oh, come on. Only a little bit.
Why? What'd I get wrong this time?
Dead horse. Dead horse. Not lead. What the fuck does kicking a dead horse mean?
You'd hurt your foot! You get a lead horse, you get a fucked up foot. It makes complete sense. I was getting a dead horse, it was all fleshy still and shit. It's not gonna hurt as much lead.
Wow. You know, I think that is the dumbest shit that I've ever heard.
I don't think I'm wrong. I'm looking it up.
Alright. And?
Fuck you.
Who wants dessert?
I think we're actually gonna take it off.
Oh, no, I'm down to stick around and have some dessert. Don't you want to hang out for a while and see if there's anything we can do to help out here?
Yeah, I think I'm all set actually.
I mean, of course, Tom, Kate is more than welcome to stay if you want to leave.
Yeah, Tom. Are you going to leave me, your wife, here with our new neighbours? Or are you going to man up and stick around a while longer?
You were practically daring me to leave you to get brainwashed.
Brainwashed?
Fidelio.
Hey! You can't do that to my wife.
What'd I do? Why did you do anything? All I said was Fidelio.
No, you can't.
What? Just a word? Right?
No.
Rhyme?
No.
Is it right?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Huh?
No.
Yeah? What?
Hey, listen, you want this dessert or not?
No. Are you coming or not?
Yes, dessert? I'm so sorry. You can be a real prick sometimes, you know that?
So now I'm the asshole. I'm trying to stop my wife from being Patty Hurston, and I'm the asshole. And that's right, I just remembered what Stockholm shit is.
What a weird couple.
Yeah, you know, anytime I meet people like that, I'm just so happy that you found me. And watched me.
Me too.
How did I ever get so lucky?
How many times do I have to tell you that luck had nothing to do with it, all right? Mercury was in retrograde at the final stages of my becoming. God, you never listen.
Wait, where are you going?
My lair.
Okay, well just call if you need anything.
So that's probably my favorite sketch that we've done, and I really want to shout out to Bill, because especially with the sketches that I write, a lot of them take a bunch of circles. We all have a go at editing, and this one came out of the gate pretty much perfect. And I laughed so hard the first time I read it. I laughed every time we rehearsed it. I laugh every time we watch it. It's like almost a perfect sketch to me. I love how it has an arc. I think it's fabulous. I also really enjoy how much John Tenace looks like Ted Bundy.
So good looking, you mean? Thank you.
Charismatic.
I really like when Bill wrote this, obviously did a really good job at this, but I like when a sketch has like two like separate jokes that happen. Like there's the crazy guy with the brainwashed wife, but that whole like dead horse, lead horse conversation is so funny.
I feel like a lot of people are having that conversation in this quarantine. That's occurring a lot.
You can always tell it's a Bill Nettleton sketch because there's an adult who fundamentally misunderstands a common expression or a common thing. Like that's the way it is in the Tooth Fairy sketch. And one of the sketches, another one we've got tonight, I've Got Your Nose, has that into it. Spoilers, whatever. Like it's one of, like Bill, it's like one of your things that comes up a lot, and I love it every time.
I write that and I play the straight man. Those are my strengths. But well, for that shout out, I appreciate that. This is probably the favorite sketch I've ever written. I really enjoy it. My favorite thing about it though was when we first read it. We read it at the Panera next to the Albany Med, and we were all laughing so hard, and everyone in the goddamn restaurant was looking at us like we were insane because we could not get through the sketch. And that's probably one of my favorite memories of Crime Alley. Because yeah.
That was probably the third most ridiculous thing that happened at that Panera that afternoon.
We've read sketches in public places a lot, and some of them take a real risk just reading in public. just
bellowing about death and dismemberment and poop at an orgy.
Yeah.
Poop in an orgy. There's another a sketch where someone confesses to 9/11. Like, we should not. It's a good thing we meet at not public places sometimes, I think.
Right, yeah.
Here's a good
What Will is saying is that it's his fault everybody is quarantined.
Here's a good story that relates to that. My wife owns a bakery, but sometimes it's Crime Alley's headquarters for rehearsal. Cake Street Sweets for all you out there.
Cake Street Sweets.
Yeah.
Or as Will would say, sweet
Cake Sweets.
Cake Sweets.
Not how Will would put it. Yes.
Yeah.
At the last show, Will introduced Cake Street as, and now Cake Sweets, Cake Sweets. Yeah.
If you ever find yourself in Co's, I don't know why the fuck you'd go there. Go to Cake.
That is how he put it. A born salesman, Will Hughes is.
Anyone who lives in Cohoes understands that, though. We know what we're doing here.
But my wife, there's an upstairs tent above the bakery, and one day we were there rehearsing, and we were getting very loud, and I was like, I worry that we're being too loud. And I asked my wife the next day, like, were we too loud? Did you hear anything from the tenant upstairs who just moved in? And she said, no, she thought it was fine. She could hear you guys. She thought it was funny that you guys were screaming about AIDS as much as you were.
Oh, also, side note, sorry, but I just saw in our comments here, Doug/Alan/ we don't know his real name, but our #1 fan, we gave cupcakes to after that sketch for being such an awesome fan and sharing all of our shit.
And he earned those cupcakes.
And he said they were delicious, so that's an endorsement for Cake Street Sweets.
Hashtag sweets cake, sweets cake.
Mute Will.
All right. Going on to the next sketch, shall we?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so I get to intro this one. So mute yourselves, you bastards. So this is going all the way back to our first show. I can't believe it. You're gonna tell because the video is a little grainier, but it is one of the most popular sketches we had from that first show, and actually ever really. It's a hilarious sketch. This was written by Will Hughes. You can tell when you see the sketch. This is like right in Will's wheelhouse, and I loved doing it. So enjoy.
Now listen here, Fitzy. Just because you and me go way back don't mean I won't flex my dukes to get you to sing on this thing. When Brock Grizzle's on the case, Brock Grizzle gets gravy, see? Every flatfoot, Jamoke, and Palooka from here to Tallahassee knows it, and you're gonna know it, because if you don't spill the beans on this, I'm gonna start shaking things up. I don't care whose onion cart gets toppled.
Mr. Grizzle?
Who's asking?
It's me, Gene Alberta. I hired you.
Oh, right, the Snoop job. Cap a chair. All right, listen here, Fitzy. I got other corn to shuck, so I'll ring you at supper time. But you better have some meat for me by then. Otherwise, you'll be serving up a Welsh breakfast in the morning.
Do you want me to leave?
Don't sweat the hullabaloo, Mr. Alberta. That was just some jackanapes trying to sell me some wooden nickels is all. Comes with the job. But I figure you want to get down to your brass tacks.
Yes, please.
Aces. You hired Brock Grizzle to see if the old lady was skipping out on someone else's hopscotch.
I hired you to see if she was cheating on me.
Yes. Oh, I'm here to tell you, Gene. Brock Grizzle ain't never worked as no newsie. But that don't mean I ain't got the news.
Oh, Jesus.
I won't lie to you, Slick. You ain't gonna like what you see in them pictures there. They show your old lady doing the old Cincinnati sidestep.
What?
I mean, she's carrying sugared beets. Jet set for the person. Afraid so, brother. She's been buying bread from a different bakery. No two ways about it.
I mean, I suspected, but I can't believe it.
Oh, you believe your own baby blues, don't you? Here.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, that's the old Kentucky Fandango. And here, that's them in a car making with a Hoover Dam flim flam. And that, oh, no, that is the El Dorado Slam Wagon. Have a drink, Gene. Nothing dulls than a knife like a good glass of hooch.
I don't understand. I mean, I love her. Why would you go behind my back with this? With this? Wait a second. This is you!
I'll worry about the details.
Details? You're sleeping with my wife, you swine!
Damn right, Slick. You hired Brock Grizzle to find proof of marital infidelity. And when Brock Grizzle says he's gonna get the pictures, Brock Grizzle gets them.
Brock Grizzle was gonna try to sleep with her himself?
Well, there's a lot of things you don't think about, isn't there, Gene? Maybe that's how you got in Dutch with your own battle axe in the first place.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
You got eyes? Point your peepers at the resident pictures there.
I don't understand. You're not even doing the Kentucky fitting, having sex in these photos.
It's not all about sex, Gene. Right there. That's me cooking dinner for her after a long day's work. Something Clara says you ain't done in a dog's age.
That's bullshit.
And this right here, that's me washing the dishes after. It's important to pitch in with the little things, Gene. Shows respect your time.
Yep. What about that one? You're not doing anything with that.
That was the whole ball game, you dumb egg. Shows me doing something Clara says you never do.
What?
Listen.
Screw this. You can listen to her until your ears bleed for all I care. I'm gonna divorce her.
Suit yourself, Skipper, but it looks like she already kidnapped that particular Lindbergh baby.
What is this?
Divorce papers. You've been served.
Screw this, and screw you, I'm going to a lawyer.
Oh, you're going now?
Yeah, I'm going now.
You're going across town, you're going to hoof it all the way to that lawyer right now.
Yeah, right now.
All right, suit yourself. I just figured you'd be a little busy, seeing as how your son has a Little League game in 40 minutes.
Damn! Gene Jr.'s game, I missed it again.
Yeah, you forgot to take him to batting practice, too. Don't worry. Brock Grizzle took care of it.
Teaching my son baseball, too?
Of course I'm teaching him baseball. You think I want my future stepson to learn soccer like an anarchist?
This is gonna be the worst Yelp review ever!
Brock Grizzle doesn't know what Yelp is.
Yeah, that is so Will.
Yeah.
I love it.
There's a joke about the Lindbergh baby.
Check. Scans.
Yeah.
Quintessential Will Hughes.
And just talking in the 20s. I love the Hoover Dam flim flam so much as a euphemism.
Hey kids, we have a question from Morton Jokes. So shout out to Andy McDermott, who is fantastic. He runs a lot of shows further downstate. We appreciate him, respect him very much. Well, I do. I'm not going to speak for you guys. Anyway, the question is, when you write a sketch, do you have an estimated runtime in mind? Do you write long form and cut it down? Do you ever disagree on dropping a punchline?
I think we've disagreed on occasion about specific jokes, but I've never written with a specific length in mind. Sometimes they'll go a little long, but I think it's fair to say when we cut stuff down, it's just because it's more about pace than overall length.
We usually agree as a group after reading it a couple of times if it feels long or not, like if it feels like something drags.
Right, like Double Date is a long sketch, for example, but there's something happening all the time.
Yeah.
Whereas we've definitely written stuff where there are like dead sections that aren't as much fun to perform or watch, and then it's pretty easy to let that go. And I would say, I mean, I don't know about anyone else, I feel like we don't write to time, but once we have sketches that are written, that's where the timing comes into play, because we're looking at the pacing of an entire show, a cold open, and especially since we've been doing intermissions, having a second shorter sketch directly after the intermission. So I feel like timing only really comes into play when we start putting together a cohesive show rather than a cohesive sketch.
Yeah, and it's not like we have to worry about they're live performances, so we're not formatting it to try to get like maximum clicks on Facebook or something with like this 1.5-minute long sketch, and we don't have to worry about commercial breaks or anything because we're not successful and never will be. So we can just have fun and live performance, and it's awesome.
30 people watching right now, Will.
30? That's down from 40.
It is.
I think that there are I think that one thing I love about working with like this group of people is that I think a lot of the sketches really do thrive when we all get to like edit together. So somebody comes with like the meat of a sketch, like I wrote this thing, and then everybody kind of takes turns adding their own take on it, like how you deliver a line or why this character says something this way. And I think that's how we kind of trim up sketches and make them a lot tighter. There is like 2 examples though that I love. Like Will has a sketch that we've never done before because he like refuses to edit it in any way. And I admire his commitment to it. Because do you remember Reagan? Like I wrote a sketch about Ronald Reagan, and at the end of the sketch, you and Bill were convinced that the ending sucked.
Yeah, I remember that, but the ending wasn't that good. I'm wrong about a lot of things.
No. I'm just saying, no, it's like I put my foot down on that one, and it turned out to work well. Then you have this sketch that I think is really funny, but you're refusing to edit.
Also, I think we kind of work well together as a group because we all have our sense of humor is all a little bit different. So when like a majority of us like agree on something, we know that it's like it would be funny to like a mass audience rather than like a niche one.
It's like a litmus test. If all of us think it's funny, it's probably funny. I think it's interesting in terms of the way we write because I think all of us write differently. Yeah. I specifically am a much more long form writer. To like what Nell mentioned, the Double Date sketch, the first iteration of that was probably 17 pages when the final iteration was about 11. So that was like self-editing. Whereas later in this very show, we have a sketch that Will wrote that as a group, we read it and we liked it. We just didn't think it had the right button. And then we came up with an idea for a button that then ended up extending it for like 4 minutes or 3 minutes and making it a whole
new sketch.
And I think that's where we, like as a group, if you like us, that to me is where the strength comes in because we all, to Mackenzie's point, we all have different sense of humor to an extent, but we can kind of influence each other. And I think we all know that there's a little ego involved with all of it, but not too much that it makes a difference, I think.
Right. I know, I do really enjoy saying I told you so, and when you guys say you were right, like there's been a couple of jokes where I've suggested that should come at a certain point of a sketch and like talked about it for months and been told no, this is the way it should flow, and then after we perform someone's like, you were right, and that's just like it just like feeds your soul like
right.
I'll be the first to admit, there have been full sketches that I read on the page that Will has written, and I just don't get it. And I'm like, I don't know. And then I see it performed, and I'm like, oh, no, that's what it was.
See, I mean, if the way I see it is, if creativity is all about killing your babies, we're good at that. But we also remember to harvest the organs. So we still have something to work with, and we make it work.
Oh, and a really quick thing off of what Will said earlier, it's not like something I'm harboring on, but I will be successful. And now we can move on.
All right, we can move on.
That was like a few minutes ago. So.
Yeah. Mac will absolutely, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
At meetings, and eventually one day we're gonna blackmail her to make sure that none of them ever get out.
Yeah, if not you, anyone else who's met me.
Can we get on to the next sketch?
Yes, let's do it. This next sketch is we've actually performed once at a holiday show for Mopco that wasn't specifically a Crime Alley show, and when Crime Alley had a show approaching the Christmas season again, we decided to do it. Will wrote this sketch at the height of the Me Too movement, so it kind of is a commentary on that. But overall, more than that, it's a great sketch about the Christmas season. So without further ado, here's Down.
And it's still topical to this day.
We're able to make twice as many toys without sacrificing quality.
Ho, 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 ho! Very good, Ms. Nutmeg. Your work is going to make a lot of children very happy this year. And that's what Christmas is all about. Ho, 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 ho!
Well, I sure try my best, Mr. C.
Well, I hope you're proud of the work you've done here, Ms. Nutmeg. I know I'm proud of you.
Well, thank you, Santa. That means a lot.
Don't mention it.
No, I mean, really. As long as I can remember, you've been an example of everything I wanted to be. You bring happiness, true, pure happiness to the entire world. A world that desperately needs it. You're my hero, Santa. There's just no other word for it. So, when you tell me that you're proud of me, well, that's just about the best present anyone could get. Thank you, Santa. Thank you.
Oh, fuck you, Benny. No, you're fucking me. No, come on, Benny, come on. Stop fucking me, okay? Can you just do me a favor, okay? Can you just pump the brakes on this, please? Okay, can you do that for me? No, call it a fucking Christmas present, all right? No, I'm not asking you to kill the story. I'm just asking if you could... What, that soon? All right, well, I need to talk to some people. I don't fucking know. Just let me talk to some people, all right? Yeah. Santa, that was my guy at the Times. He knows about you and the girls.
Mr. Sprinkles, I thought we were past all that.
Well, so did I, but we're not. We need to figure out how we're gonna fix this.
I'm sorry. Girls?
Yeah, girls, but women. They were right on that line, you know?
Santa? What is he talking about?
Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, nothing really, Ms. Nutmeg. You see, Santa is just a man of his time who made some mistakes. Oh, no!
Santa! Oh my God! Getting some hot cocoa!
There's no time for that, Nutmeg! The Times goes to the press soon, and we need to figure out what we're gonna tell them.
But what are you talking about? What are they saying that my Santa did?
Wait, you don't know? I thought all the elves knew. It was kind of an open secret. Wait, no, you don't know, okay? If anybody comes to you for a quote, you are shocked, okay? Shocked! And I'm not telling you that for the good of the company, okay? That's for your own protection. You never heard of how he would coerce women to rub in his beard oil, or how he would force them to get undressed and sing carols in the shower, or how he would make them watch as he poured milk and cookies all over his chest in seedy motel rooms, okay? None of that. Boss, am I forgetting anything?
Sodomy.
Right, well, lots of that.
What? How many people did Santa? How many? Santa, no!
Hey, none of that, not Meg. He's still the boss.
But how can I look at him the same now that I know this about him?
Well, it's easy. You just gotta compartmentalize, okay? You gotta separate the work from the man, okay? This is Santa Claus, all right? He brings happiness to millions of children every year, and nothing will ever change that. No matter how many cameras he left in those homes to watch hot moms pee.
Mr. Sprinkles, what if, and I'm just spitballing here, but what if the press were to learn that those girls were on the naughty list? I mean, they probably liked it. They were on the naughty list.
Santa, no! You can't do that!
Hey, sit your old ass down with that self-righteous shit, all right? Whether these bitches and girls, women, are wrong or not is not the issue. It doesn't change the fact that they're fucking with the Big Red. And if the Big Red goes down, this whole operation gets the deep six. Is that what you want, Nutmeg? Huh. You want to cancel Christmas. Huh. You want a generation of kids to grow up without Christmas on your fucking watch?
No!
All right then, so let's stop with the moralizing and figure out how we're gonna fix this. And not for nothing, boss, but I don't think we can strong arm our way out of this one.
Well, what do we do then?
I'm thinking. All right, Santa, you remember back in the 40s when you were caught trying to drown Rudolph in that sack?
Oh, no, come on. You take one look at that freak now, and you tell me I was wrong.
No, but that's my point, you see? We got ahead of it by putting him on the team, okay? Now that's what we gotta do here. We gotta come up with something so heartwarming, so jolly, it just eats up all these press cycles until the whole thing blows over.
Okay, but what?
Give me a minute. Nutmeg, can we up production to give toys to about 10 to 15 million more kids?
Not without sacrificing quality.
Fuck quality, can it be done?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
All right. That's it. We're doing the Jews this year. After taking a long, hard look at the mission of the North Pole Workshop, I, Santa, have decided to bring holiday cheer to a large portion of the population often ignored by the season.
Mr. Sprinkles, I don't think that's particularly respectful to Jewish culture.
Really, you're worried about being respectful now? I don't remember any of that respect when you were caught exposing yourself to all the toys on Misfit Island. You don't pay me to be respectful, Santa. You pay me to keep you out of jail.
You get paid?
Okay, not the issue, no. Now, the press is still probably going to want a statement about the girls. Do you remember the one we rehearsed?
Oh, yeah. The Devil's Triangle is a reindeer game.
Not that one, the other one.
Oh. I see now that these bitches...
Girls.
That these women truly believe in the spirit of Christmas. And it's wrong to take advantage of someone's beliefs.
Okay, good, but we gotta get back to my office and practice some more. You gotta seem like you're sorry without saying the word sorry.
Oh, and Miss Nutmeg, I really am very proud of you. Ho, ho,
Get
ho!
fucked, Santa!
Okay.
So, I wrote a report in 8th grade about how Bill Cosby was my hero and made me want to be a comedian.
And look at you now.
Right, I'm in a basement.
2 weeks ago about the same exact thing.
William, what's up? What's up next, William?
Yeah, what's up next? Here's the great thing about it. I wanted to intro this sketch because the sketch opens with comedian Ryan Shanahan introing it, so I ain't got to do shit.
Good point.
Hell yeah.
Guy.
That was a quick one. We'll be right back.
Joseph P. Kennedy Sr. was the first ever chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission, but he is perhaps most famous for being the father of 35th United States President John Fitzgerald Kennedy. This next sketch takes place in November of 1941 in his home, which he shares with his wife Rose and his daughter Rose Marie. What you are about to see is inspired by true events. So get ready for ABC's new hit sitcom, The Kennedys!
Rosemary, I'm talking to you. Rosemary? Rosemary! John, get in here!
What is it, honey?
Why is our daughter just sitting there, dead to the world?
Well, you are the one who said you wanted her to calm down a little.
Joseph P. Kennedy, what did you do?
Nothing.
Nothing? Look at her. Did you get her drunk?
No.
Did she get a hold of some jazz cigarettes?
No, baby, of course not.
Did you have her lobotomized?
No. No?
You had her lobotomized?
She may have been lobotomized a little, yeah.
Jesus Christ, Joe.
Alright, you can't say that. We're Catholic.
Oh yeah? And how does the church feel about having your daughter's brain scrambled surgically?
You know, surprisingly lax, it turns out.
Did somebody say Ted Kennedy? Hey, Dad. Can Bobby and I borrow the car to smash floozies in?
Sure, Teddy. Wait, no. Ask your mom.
Hey, Ma, can Bobby and I borrow the car to smash?
No, you may not.
Aw, come on, Mom. John's already out smashing floozies, and we said we'd catch right up.
Teddy, you rushing around in a car and driving off of bridges doesn't sound safe for you or the floozies.
Come on, Ma, I'll wear rubber.
To hell you mean. We're Catholic.
We're changing the subject, Joe. We're not done talking about what you did.
Uh-oh, Dad got caught saying nice things about the Nazis again.
One time that happened. Here, Teddy, get out of here. Here's $17,000. Go buy your own car to smash floozies in.
Thanks, Dad.
Unbelievable. What the hell is wrong with you?
I believe history will judge me well.
For what? For being a bootlegger?
That's just some dumb rumor someone made up.
Your inside stock trading?
There's no hard evidence of that.
For lobotomizing our daughter?
That one could have gone better, yeah.
Rosemary?
Oh, shit.
Rosemary?
No.
Rosemary?
No.
Why is she doing that?
What? It's kind of a funny story. You see, after the doctors drilled this tiny, minuscule hole in her head, I mean, it's so tiny you can barely see it. They had her sing God Bless America and, recite the Lord's Prayer. And then they stuck this butter knife thing into her head. And they just sort of... I mean, what? They stopped after she couldn't sing or pray anymore. These are professionals. So anyways, forget about her. Out of sight, out of mind. I mean, literally, she's just gone. So, how about those Red Sox, huh? 1942 is going to be our year. We're due.
You lobotomized our daughter.
Still stuck on this.
Joe,
Yeah, baby?
why'd you have ice cream?
Well, think about it, honey. What was I supposed to say? Come on, let's get in the car. We're going to go get lobotomized.
David.
What? I wasn't lying. After the procedure, we got ice cream. Like after you get your tonsils out. Except she didn't seem to want hers. She didn't seem to want much of anything. You know what? You should have the rest of hers. I mean... I had a little bit of both, but you deserve it.
I want a divorce.
No dice. Catholic. It's not like we don't have 9 other freaking kids.
I love the awe at that one.
Oh my god, right?
That actually had an example of what I was referring to earlier in terms of the one line that never gets a laugh, that we all laugh at every show and then doesn't get a laugh in the show. And that was the, let's go back to you talking about lobotomizing our daughter and then him going, still stuck on this.
Hi, I'm Aaron, tech wizard. Greetings. Something that I was telling Will during the quiet times on our end is one of the things that I love about Crime Alley, not counting Will, which is iffy sometimes, but I really like that sometimes the audience gets the historic reference. Like there were a couple of people who, as soon as they saw Bill with the, stare, they knew immediately what was happening. But I think it's great that you guys are able to create historical sketches or really circumstance specific sketches that not everyone understands the context of, but then they don't feel left out by the time the sketch gets rolling. And that's not always common. Like a lot of the times that kind of thing can be really isolating. And I think, yeah.
I was just gonna. I think that it's really funny because Will is really good at writing jokes about history and like making them palatable to like a wide audience. But I was amazed when the sketch that Will wrote about the Titanic and the 3 survivors in the lifeboat, like actually like researching the names of the people on the boat. Like it's only a thing that we know, like reading the script and like knowing their names and stuff. The audience isn't going to remember their names, but he's like, oh no, this person actually looked out for icebergs on the Titanic and survived.
Yeah, that's I'm a huge Titanic nerd, so we kind of talked it like not well. I like the movie too, but I like tragedy and things that make me sad, which is why I like Crime Alley. But like Frederick Lightaller and all that. But it's funny because if you have that historic context, there's another layer of humor. But if you don't, you're not sitting there like, okay, so what do I do for the next 3 to 6 minutes that this sketch lasts?
Right.
That's pretty cool. Like, I like Will, married to him and all that, but if you guys weren't funny, I wouldn't help you. No offense. So like, I don't just think you're funny because of this dude. So
that's a pretty good segue actually, because this next sketch required a considerable amount of Aaron's help, for which I am incredibly grateful. Fun fact, dress rehearsal the night before, I broke a table and nearly broke my wrist. So yeah, let's go. This is called An Affair of Passion.
We're muted. Here we go.
Come in.
Mr. Wenger.
Why, hello, Samantha.
You're looking quite handsome today. Is that music?
Why, yes, it is. Thank you. May I say you're looking quite beautiful today as well?
You don't have to say that. Mr. Wenger.
Please, for the last time, call me Philip. There's no need for such formality.
Well, if you don't care about formality, would you mind if I took off my jacket? It's getting awfully hot in here.
Of course not. So, what can I help you today?
I think it's time we stop playing this little game, don't you?
But I thought you liked to play games.
You know I do. But the tension of this game has become positively unbearable.
Well, we'll just have to do something about that now, won't we?
I thought you'd never ask.
off my desk?
Yeah.
Why?
I thought it would be sexy.
Sexy? Breaking all of my shit is sexy? My favorite coffee mug.
I'll get you a new one, I guess.
It won't be the same.
Listen, I'm so sorry. Why don't you let me make it up to you?
Okay. How?
I can think of ways. I've waited so long to be in your arms, Philip. Please don't let something as silly as a little mess come between us.
Of course, you're right. It's just a mess. Of course. Even though there's no earthly reason it should be there. Or what possessed me to make it, or that I don't really trust that you'll help me clean it.
Wait, what?
Hush. It's okay, I forgive you. And you're right. The chemistry between us is so strong that it could withstand 1,000 stupid, illogical mistakes like the one you just made.
Alright, I get it.
Samantha, I've wanted you for so long. I don't know how we've held out as long as we have.
Well, the point is, Philip, the wait's over. I'm yours.
What the hell?
What now?
You just ruined my shirt. Why would you do that?
It's just a few buttons.
No, there are tears. You tore it.
Okay. Okay, so there's a couple of tiny tears. So what?
I love this shirt. This is my favorite shirt.
I thought we were in the heights of passion.
We were. And then you ganked my shirt. How would you like if I just ripped your blouse in half?
I find that really hot.
I don't get that at all.
It's just a shirt.
My daughter gave me the shirt.
Who cares?
Who cares? This is the last thing that she ever gave me before she went to college.
Are you fucking serious?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just care too much.
Are we gonna have sex or not?
Yeah, I guess.
Are you sure? I mean, I don't wanna like twist your arm.
No. You're right. Just a shirt. It's just a shirt.
Promise you.
This isn't like going to plan, is it?
It's not exactly how I pictured it. No.
Let's see if we can fix that, shall we?
Okay. For starters, why don't you sit back, relax, and let me take the
Whoa!
I barely touched you. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't even push you that
What
hard.
is it? What? I'm bleeding from the head. Barely touched me. You just threw me across the room with the might of Thor, and now I'm bleeding from my face. Is that sexy too?
Absolutely not. That shit is nasty. Oh shit.
What is going on in here?
Honey, this isn't what it looks like.
Oh, really? Because it looks like a broken coffee mug, a ripped shirt from our daughter, and dust everywhere, and bloodstains on my father's carpet. That was a wedding gift.
She did it!
Oh, you're gonna blame your secretary. And is she gonna help you clean all this up?
I do not believe she is, no.
Fuck this. I'm out, man.
Don't slam the door.
Don't slam
Just
the door. Don't slam the door.
She slammed the door.
Well, let's just fuck and then we'll clean up this mess.
Yeah.
I forgot how much I enjoyed that sketch. Like it really is a lot of fun, and we put so much work into it. And yeah, shout out to John in drag. You're such a sexy lady.
I am a very sexy lady. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Again, always playing my wife.
Or your
My
mother.
wife.
Watch it.
How awkward I am.
Yeah, well, he played Sigmund Freud, so,
Oh,
Yeah.
that was a Freudian slip because it was your mother the whole time.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I play a pretty good woman. You know, but Mackenzie, your first sketch, you played a little boy.
I play a little boy. The first sketch I was ever in. You were
With
like,
2 lines.
that's a transition right there. Let's all shut the fuck up and watch this.
Good intro, Mac. John, mute yourself.
What?
You gotta,
Oh.
you gotta mute yourself.
I thought there was.
Just make sure. Here we go. Hi, I'm Dan. Are you new in town?
Yeah, Joe. My family and I, we moved in about a week ago.
Oh, how you liking it so far?
Oh, we love it. I mean, everybody's super friendly and it seems really safe.
It is very safe, and everyone here keeps an eye out for each other.
Hey, that's great.
Yeah. How many kids?
Oh, just the one. Timmy is over there with his mother right now.
Okay.
You?
I got 2. Danny Jr.'s over there. He is 8 and a handful.
Yeah.
And then I got this little guy right here. This is Bobby. Say hello to Mr. Joe, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby. Shit.
Sorry. Would you do me a huge favor and watch Bobby for 1 minute? Just 1 minute. Sorry.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Danny! Danny, put it down!
Hi, Bobby. You are a tall child. Hey, do you want to see a magic trick? Okay, are you ready? All right. Whoa, I got your nose. Oh shit! No, it's just no, please stop! You gotta stop.
What the hell happened?
I don't know.
Why is he screaming?
I don't know.
Seriously, did you hurt my son?
No, nothing like that. No.
Hey, it's okay. What happened?
He stole my nose.
You what?
He stole my nose, Daddy. He stole my nose.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare the little guy.
So you admit it?
What?
You admit that you stole my son's nose?
Well, no, obviously.
So he's a liar now? My 6-year-old son is a liar?
Okay, it's not what I meant, but...
So you did steal it?
Okay, yeah, but you know, it's like, oh God! Jesus!
What are you doing with it? What are you doing with your son's nose, you piece of shit?
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Do I sound like I'm fucking kidding you?
Whoa, hey, none of this. Sir, release that man.
But officer!
No buts, let him go. Now what the hell is going on here?
This man stole my son's nose!
What?
Tell him about it.
He stole my nose.
Really? Well, that's just silly now, isn't it?
Thank you.
That you think you can get away with that shit in my town?
What?
I've seen punks like you before. You think you can just go around snatching pieces off of people. Not in my town, shitbird.
Okay. Okay, I didn't do anything, okay? All I did was this. Oh, I got your nose. Oh, look at that. I got your nose. And you gotta stay. Ah!
Give it back! Give me back my nose! Get it!
All right, okay! Jesus!
You just assaulted a police officer.
Didn't even touch you!
How'd you get my nose without touching me?
We don't like black magic around these parts! Good boy!
Officer, what are you doing to my husband?
This is your husband, ma'am?
Yes, sir. What on earth is going on?
Well, ma'am, looks like your prize husband here thinks it's all right to snatch noses off of children and police and God knows who else.
See?
Oh, Joseph. I thought we were past all of this.
So he's done this before.
I mean, maybe 2 years ago, he stole our son's nose. He never gave it back.
His own child.
And then he started pulling quarters from his ears, maybe $4, even $5 from his ears.
Oh, you think the child's your own personal ATM?
Oh my god. Well, these are just tricks. They're like jokes that adults do to kids. Are you all insane? It's like the movie in the thunder.
Where'd he go? Charlie, need an APB on a cocaine. I see him!
Oh, peekaboo who? You'll find we don't like people that fuck around with object permanents in this town. Charlie, get the paddy wagon. Got another David Blaine to bring in.
More of those witches with their cat's cradle?
Nah, man. This is on a whole nother level.
Oh, Daddy! My nose!
Yeah.
I think we need to have a shout out for John's ability with physical comedy. I feel like
Oh, big time.
yeah, I feel like we don't make enough use of it. Like we'll be like fucking around on stage and he'll just I don't know, be like balancing on his pinky or some shit. And it's really fun to like rewatch that kind of stuff. And the whole group, I appreciate everybody is really talented in such distinct and unique ways. And I think that's what makes working with the Crime Alley so much fun.
I think that's also a great sketch because of an example of what we were talking about earlier, where I wrote the original idea and then the entire group redid it, and we rewrote it. And I remember the moment that we kind of cracked it because it was we all thought it was like an interesting idea, but it didn't quite work. And then Will improv the idea of the cop being like, we don't like guys who fuck with object permanents around. And that set it all off, and then we did the whole thing from there. But we do have a question, because we are sadly leading up to the final sketch of the evening. Let's finish.
Oh, no, I could do this for hours.
We have been doing this for hours.
Oh, okay. All right, good, because that's all I got in me.
These clips are literally on YouTube for free. But we are going to go to one of if anyone has any other questions, get them in the chat right now. But Doug, or his other name, or otherwise known as our favorite fan.
However it identifies on the internet is what we're going to use.
Yes. His question was, when writing your sketches, do you already know who will play which character, or do you play around with reading through them?
Sometimes it's really obvious from the first read through that like a certain character is best served by one of us. Yeah.
No, I think that depending on who writes the sketch, right? Like if it's a pretty generic sketch about everybody in the scene is kind of crazy or whatever, it's up in the air. But I think sometimes you'll write with somebody in mind, for a particular role. But also there's sometimes I thought I wrote a sketch where I thought for sure I knew what the casting was going to be, and then just in reading in the group and having everybody kind of take their own shot at it, the entire casting is different and it works better than what I thought it could have been, so it's I think that sometimes it's very clear this person's voice is made for this character. Maybe they wrote it and they have a perfect grasp on this character, like Brock Grizzle we watched earlier. It's Will wrote the sketch and also was fluid in that character, just talking in that that manner and that cadence and everything.
Right, because it was a complete exercise in ego.
And you nailed it, man. But there's also other times where it's you write a character and you're I can't wait to see how other people are going to read it. I don't know exactly how this is going to come out. So I think it's a combination of both for sure.
Yeah, there are times I am genuinely excited to see who is going to do what with what characters, just because you don't want to like everyone has a certain voice in their head for a sketch, but the thing is, there's an entire other human being who's going to be reading those lines. They're going to come up with something you didn't think of by interpreting it. So it's important to allow that level of latitude, I feel.
That last sketch is a perfect example because when I originally wrote that sketch, obviously I had myself in mind for the main part. And then we read it, and John, it was in the minutes, it was like, well, John clearly is the best part of this part. So yeah, it's interesting how I think it's very rare that we really get down to like not arguing for it, but like really like people going for the same role. I think after one or two read-throughs, we settle in pretty quickly on who is going to be the best fit for what. And then we have usually 8 or 9 sketches or 7 or 8 sketches in the show. So we usually have plenty of options for people, and I've never felt shortchanged. I would hope no one else does, but.
Or fuck it, I'll just do it. Yeah. We actually have another question.
Hi, it's me again, the person that people are the least interested in this video.
Fuck off.
Shut up. So the question that I have for you guys, because I've actually not even really asked Will this, like, where the fuck do you get your sketch ideas?
Where do you get off?
Yeah, where do you get off absorbing my husband's time and dragging me out to the theater to put some light on?
You said you liked it.
Consent is sexy.
Yeah.
It is legitimately mystifying to me because, like, living with someone who writes these things, like, something will happen in the world or our sphere, or like our cat will make a sound, or life, and just all of a sudden he's like, oh, I have a sketch idea, and I'm like, as soon as he says it, it makes the most sense in the world that a sketch should exist for that. But fucking how?
I think.
Can I do my Will impersonation of an idea coming to Will?
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
This
What was that?
My impersonation of an idea coming to Will.
Yes.
That was it.
Yeah, there's a lot of like hand gestures, and then sometimes if he realizes he's about to interrupt a conversation, it's like.
Yeah.
The thing that's great is that he doesn't.
Eyes so wide.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah. Oh yes.
And then someone has to say, "Did you have an idea?"
It's almost like he's like that kid in the back of the class that's like holding their arm up, like, please call on me, please. And he just like.
All right, who wants to take this question first?
Skype question? What?
No, Aaron's question. Where do you get your ideas from?
Well, I was gonna say that, like, I think there's sometimes where, like, being in the car with Will, like when we're riffing, and then all of a sudden, like Will's just like, oh, this is a sketch. And I'm like, what? We're just like making up, like we're just trying to make each other laugh. And he's like, no, this is a sketch. And then he'll like type out a thing real quick, and it'll be like, see, I told you. Remember that conversation we had in the car? Like, it's a sketch now. I'm like, oh shit, okay. I guess I just co-wrote a sketch. Can I put my name on that too? It's just Will's taught me a lot about like just writing out things that you think are funny.
Look, we all acknowledge that I'm amazing, okay? That's not. Well, we're talking about the creative process.
My process, which is very different from Will's, I think.
I want to hear Bill's process.
I want to go on record as saying that I do not acknowledge that. You have to prove it.
It's probably not that different from Will's, actually, but I think, honestly, it's just you're trying to take in as much shit as possible, and then it's literally just an idea will come to you. Like, the double date sketch was driving to work one morning, and I just thought, wouldn't it be funny if someone fell in love with their actual stalker? And that was the only germ of the idea. And I went home and I was like, I don't know where this is going, and just started writing. So there are other times where that's like what John said, where you're riffing with someone on something, and then all of a sudden, boom, you have this weird idea. John and I have an idea for well, it was really John's idea of a comedian going on stage, which I still want to write. It's just riffing and it's just doing weird stuff. I think that's usually where it comes from. It's not like a thought out process. It's very rarely just sitting there like, I'm going to think of an idea right now.
Yeah, I feel like my favorite ideas either come from like riffing with someone else in the group or just like watching something that's supposed to be normal and I'm like, is no one gonna, oh, this is normal, and then like exaggerating how weird something is.
Right. That's awesome because it that makes an instant connection with the audience because they can recognize it, and then you're showing its I don't know, a big word that somebody who's not as drunk as me would be able to use.
Like a babysitter making a mistake.
Well, yeah, but how different does an original idea become when you collaborate with someone else? Like Mac, like you and I kind of like wrote that babysitter sketch with the dead baby, but like that was your idea and you thought it through. How different was it when we like from your initial idea to after we collaborated on it?
Yeah, it did end up taking a different turn, right? Sometimes it's hard for me to remember what the original, how I originally had it ending or like how I wanted it to go. But yeah, so I think I read like a news story where this babysitter was watching this baby and it got decapitated on accident, but instead we had like the baby get decapitated as soon as the mom left, and she tried. Oh yeah, my idea was just like, oh, she makes like a fake baby and tries to pass it off to the mom, and then but I didn't know how to connect like A to Z, and I think you and I like we literally just wrote a couple lines, passed it back and forth.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I'm a big fan of weird news stories to like plant that seed, like just kind of the like offbeat stuff that you would hear or like find in the dark recesses of Reddit. Like I like weird and wonderful news, and I think that's always a fun place to start. Like I have sent Will in particular so many news articles with just like, this is a sketch, right? And I'm correct like half of the time.
Well, what we should have done actually in this show was show all of the things that have come to pass after a sketch that we've written. Because that's also a joke that we do. We have sketches, and then something in real life will actually mirror it, and we're like, holy shit, it's usually Will's sketches, to be honest.
Yeah. Not always, but Nell's had a few too, but yes.
Just a final question before we get to the last thing, but for like Nell and John, because it's one of my favorite sketches we've done. It's not on this show, so maybe we'll do a Crime Alley best of too. Who knows?
Wait, there's one more question in the chat too. We asked people.
Okay, so yeah, that one's.
Yeah, I saw a question here. Yeah.
Where did you guys come up with the idea of the rappers? Because that's one of my favorite.
Before we answer that question, here's a stupid drunk question to everybody. Bill, you've got control over what we play, and we're going down the playlist. You want to break from? Do we just want to show that sketch too?
No, let's just.
Andy's done. She's like, let's just up. We're at an hour 40, so we're doing pretty good.
Motherfucker! Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mac is correct. Yes. No.
Just
this question, then the sketch.
Just in short, I think that Nell and I we've been talking about this theme a lot, but sort of the idea of like people who like are on a particular high horse when they do not like represent personal, like it's the idea of like ultimately appropriating every culture with the best intention, but just executing it horribly wrong. So the ultimate thing is like two white people rapping about tolerance. It's like a lot of fun to me. And that's a great example, by the way, of like writing a script out and you're like, I think this is great. And then showing it to the group and certain people in the group going like, you might want to take another pass at that one.
Me. I was the one who was wrong about that sketch.
No,
Should we go to
No,
this?
we rewrote it, and then you know, it was
I
good.
was the one who was incredibly right about that sketch.
Yes. But let's all right, listen, I just want to say before I mute myself, thank you to everybody who tuned in and started watching.
Thank you.
And anybody who hung out with us the entire way through. You guys are the real heroes.
There's still one final question from Kay. Favorite sketch that was ever performed? Let's just go through all 5 of us. Quick, go.
Never performed.
Never performed.
Oh, never performed. Ooh. I don't know.
Well, I know my answer.
I know Will's answer.
Yeah. My answer is a sketch called Dr. Wilcox, which is about a gynecologist who has to explain to her patient that her fetus has anencephaly. Anencephaly is a disease in which a fetus just doesn't have a goddamn head. The line in the script is, imagine if your body made this kid up to its eyeballs and then said, fuck it. And then it explains in medical painful detail how fucked this fetus is. That's the sketch.
All right, we're gonna put a poll somewhere voting for people votes if they want that sketch. That was Will.
Well, you should not don't explain it because I think we're gonna do it next show.
Mackenzie, you have one?
Yeah, it's probably not going to get performed now because I'm going to leave before so, but we weren't going to do it anyway. But the Aladdin sketch, I mean, it still needed to be punched up, but the thought was that when Aladdin does that apple thing where the apple rolls off his elbow and he flicks it at Aladdin or at Jasmine, instead of her catching it, it hits her in the head. And then she's like all super upset and he wants to use his like last wish to undo that. And then the genie's like, but you said you were gonna let me free with your last wish. And he describes how like fucked up and torturous the lamp is. And then it makes it seem like he's still gonna fix things with Jasmine so that he can get laid. And then it never got finished, but I still like the idea a lot.
No?
I am an advocate for this scary abortion sketch.
Yes.
That's
Thank
two
you,
for
Nell.
scary abortion.
The abortion isn't scary. It would be carrying the fetus to term that would be horrifying because it's a headless fetus.
Hey, bud, we're all on the same page.
I know.
We might. The only two that I had, one that I never finished, but the first graders in the classroom who were way too advanced for the teacher, like intellectually. It was such a dumb concept, but they just like the first graders dissect like C spot run very intellectually, and it drives the substitute crazy. And then we might perform the hostile work environment. So I don't want to spoil it, but
Oh, I changed my mind. My favorite sketch that will never be performed is one about they're in the middle of like a high school French class, and a school shooting starts to take place, and the teacher refuses to like start getting into like run, hide, fight and like safety procedures unless the kids request it in perfect French. But only Will and I have any grasp of French, so everyone else said it was shit. But we're intellectuals.
Avec les exceptions de grammaire, prononciation et définition, mon français est parfait.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you just said, but my sketch that has never happened, it could still happen, we'll see, is the ID badge sketch, in which basically a workplace sends out an email saying you cannot let someone into the building without an ID badge, or into your without an ID badge present, and two coworkers, one while clearly working there, walks out of the room with the badge, and then a potential active shooter begins to happen, and the coworkers still in the office have a debate whether they should really let the person back in because they don't have their ID badge. That was kind of a collaborative sketch in some ways, but Yeah, we probably have 25 sketches that are unwritten right now, so we have a lot to still work on. So yeah.
At least 4 of which are active shooter based.
Right. Topical.
I can, off the top of my head, 4 active shooter sketches that we haven't performed yet. The French class one, the ID badge one, the people taking bets on active shooter sketch, and the reporter that keeps wanting to bring updates, but they keep cutting back to him before he can get any more information. Active shooter sketch.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, so that's 4 active shooter sketches. Also, but here's the thing, it's slightly less topical now because with all this social distancing, the murderers don't want to get close to anybody these days. So once COVID works its way out.
We're down to 18 people. We're losing people very quickly. Let's put on our last.
Let's just run the fucking sketch.
Let's just do the last sketch and let's get out of here.
Reject competence, Mackenzie. All right, here's our last.
And we're gonna have no one.
Here's our last sketch. Mute yourself, guys. I am the thrower of this one, actually. So this is the sketch actually we teased earlier in the evening, in which I'll mute Will. There we go. This is the sketch we teased earlier in the evening, which started off one way, that Will wrote one way, and then by bringing it to the group, we added an entire second half of the sketch that it turns into a different sketch, and we all love it, and we hope you do too.
Police, search warrant!
Police, nobody move!
Search warrant! No contact over here.
Clear on my end. Baxter must have given us the slip.
I got something.
Is that the stuffed animal from the photograph? The one the little girl had?
Yeah, looks like it.
That's not all. Now listen. The freak we're after is a predator who preys on children. Now, you don't have to be Columbo to know what kind of sick, depraved shit is on this tape. But the fact is, it's evidence. And that means one of us is gonna have to watch this.
Dibs.
There might be... I'm sorry. Did you just say dibs?
No.
Pretty sure I heard dibs.
Well, okay, yes. But like, okay, you got to do the last one, so I figured.
Got to?
Had to! You had to do the last one, and I thought maybe the right thing would be if I took it. I could take it. I think I should take it. I'd like to take it. I want to take it. Let me take it. Oh, what? No, okay, so a soldier dives on a hand grenade. He's a hero, but I want to jump on this cool kid tape, and all of a sudden... I'm the bad guy?
You're a little too excited for it.
So now it's a crime to love what you do. Look, there's this thing as vegan butchers, okay? Painters love to paint, and I love saving children. Plus, it is my turn, so
There are no turns, Polanski.
Oh, so it's like a seniority thing? That's horseshit.
All right, that's it. You're not getting this tape.
Oh, okay. Seems like somebody else wants to keep it all to himself.
Okay, I don't want to keep... Listen to me, Polanski. There's nothing good about this tape.
No, I hear you. It's VHS, so the production quality is probably crap. Add something, you know? Give it like a retro vintage kind of thing.
That is not what he's saying. Listen, when I had to work the McGregor case...
You worked the McGregor case? That dude was a legendary
monster. She was bad. But no, a legend.
And a monster. Listen, when I worked that case and I had to watch that video, those images stayed with me, okay? Like, I still can't get them out of my head.
Well, tell me about them. Slowly.
What? Oh, what the fuck?
I don't like missing details.
All right, you are a monster, Polanski. You belong in a cell, not in this unit.
Look, it just seems to me that the best man for the job is the one who's actually excited about doing it.
This is police work.
Now, it's not work if you enjoy it. I'm taking this one.
Oh, fuck.
Every time?
I'll come back as soon as I find something that leads us to the girl.
Every time.
I'm sorry. Well, he certainly is taking his time in there.
You smell scented candles?
I gotta tell you, that guy is a monster.
What? What happened?
All right, well, start off pretty standard, you know. Zip tied to a radiator, like a plague mask, chants about the antlered mother. Nothing new, but solidly classic.
I don't need a play-by-play.
Good, because I can't give you one. Right when it's about to get good, the goddamn thing jumps over to Game of Thrones.
God damn it. That is disappointing.
Yeah, in more ways than one.
No, wait, that could be helpful. That dates the tape. We know that the killer had to be there when it aired over it, so what episode was it?
Okay, it was the one where Daenerys Targaryen, completely out of character, by the way, and out of fucking nowhere, just decides to burn all the tape.
Whoa. Hey, I haven't seen it yet, so let's...
How have you not seen it yet?
Well, I watch it with my wife, and she's been busy. Seriously, don't say anything. I've been avoiding spoilers. I'm even off Facebook.
Dude, same. But after what I saw, I don't even know if I want to know what happens next.
Dude, after Tyrion just finds his brother and sister...
Whoa!
Fucking spoilers!
I said I didn't want to know!
We have a missing child on our hands.
Right. But it's been like 48 hours. I mean, we know how that story's gonna end. But now that could be anything.
Okay, the way I see it, it's gonna end in like one of two ways, right? All right, first, either Jon takes his rightful place on the Iron Throne, or...
That's not what happens. Listen, however you think it's gonna end is way better than what actually happens. Dude, fucking Bran ends up on the...
I fucking... Did you think I was fucking kidding about spoilers?
Whoa!
I am not gonna have this television phenomenon ruined for me. That's what I'm fucking doing.
It's gonna be ruined when you see it. I mean, even the way they killed Varys.
Shut the fuck up!
Oh my god, that fucked me up! It gets better from there, right?
No questions! No spoilers!
Okay, man. Just one question, though.
I'm fucking serious!
I know, but just one question.
Don't you fucking answer him!
Translate, you fucking tell me.
Shut the fuck up, both of you!
Trevi, just tell me one fucking thing, okay? You can do that, right?
Don't you fucking say anything, I swear to God, if you ask your question, I will answer with a bullet to your pedo chest, you son of a bitch!
Jesus Christ, you fucking spoiler police! Always think you can control the conversation because you're slow to watch something? I'll say whatever I goddamn want to!
Just tell me what happens to Jon!
Shut the fuck up!
Or after he stabs Daenerys!
He just fucking stabs her?
I can hear my mom's laugh really hard during that.
Didn't your mother get sprayed with blood?
My dad did, actually.
Your dad.
Yeah.
And my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
You guys
That's
are
awesome.
seriously depraved human beings.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Hey, thank
Truly.
you, Crime Alley. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you.
Mike,
Thank you,
thank
Michael. We
you.
appreciate you.
I actually got to watch a lot of these because usually when you guys play the Mopco, it's so full that I don't get in to see it. I'm like outside someplace making popcorn and stuff. So this was awesome for me. Thank you again. And as soon as we get whatever the next normal is, you guys got to come back and do this for real, right? Yes.
Oh, necessarily. I mean, the next show is basically 80% ready to go. So
There you go. All right.
Cannot wait. Love you, Mopco. Michael, thank you so much.
yeah, and if there's any Crime Alley weird,
Take tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, live Mopco, live.mopco.org. We're going to be back with the Mop and Bucket Company making stuff up. So I hope people, come back and do more.
Thank you everyone for watching.
Thanks,
Really appreciate it.
everybody.
thanks to everybody for watching.